this is Rebecca. I'm sorry to bother you.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, I just want to ask you one question, and then I won't bug you again.
Oh, that's okay. What's the question, Rebecca?
The girl that committed suicide in that apartment, was her name Melissa?
You know, I really don't know. It was a long, long time ago. Why? How that? It was Melissa. It was Melissa. It was Melissa.
I'm just curious because we've had her talk to me a lot, and she said her name was Melissa, and I just really wanted to know before I let it go.
I think it was Ghost or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember her name. What it was? She worked for the Navy, and I think she didn't get a promotion or something like that, so she committed suicide. She overdosed, if I remember right.
Oh, okay. And you don't remember her first or last name?
No, I don't.
Or what year it was?
No, I don't. I can't remember that. That's a long time ago.
Okay. Thanks, Ellen.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey kids, this is Joe from AM Paranormal. Tonight we're going to do something different that we don't usually do. We are investigating the apartment where me and Becky have lived for the last 6-7 years. We never investigated our own place, but we've already moved out, and we feel that this place needs an actual investigation. Let's see what we get.
For the past 7 years, we've lived in this apartment. I moved in first, and Joe moved in about a month later. Since then, I've never encountered something so draining, and that's one of the huge reasons why we left. It was getting me physically ill, depressed, thoughts of suicide, taking a lot of pills, which isn't me at all, affected my job, our marriage, pretty much the whole gamut. And soon after it really hit ahead and we had somebody in here to help us, we found out from the landlord that all these feelings of the taking the pills and everything was due to a female that's here. And about 13 years ago, she committed suicide from overdosing on pills. And her depression and her final hours, you know, I believe in my heart that's what's been making me sick. We've been moved out about a week, and I'm already feeling wonderful. So since that all started, I mean, we've had things move around our house. We've had things break, shatter right in my hands. Pretty much everything you can imagine. After cleaning the entire house out and having the cupboards bare and everything, I just encountered a locket key that I know is not me, and I know it was not here before. I think she's telling me something that I know there's not a diary here, but I think she wants to tell her story, so that's what we're going to attempt to do this evening.
So, being investigators, of course we go to a lot of haunted places, and one of the main questions that people ask us all the time is, do you bring your work home with you? And unfortunately, that is one of the side things of investigating, is that once in a while you do have people or spirits that decide to follow you home. And here we have had that happen quite a few times. Even though we've gone through our protection rituals and all that, it still happens. So a lot of the experiences that we've had here have been from spirits that have followed us home, but also they, a lot of times, I would say like 95% of the time, if not more, they have a tendency to go home after a couple days or a week or so. And that's fine. You know, we've heard them walking around, heard them banging dishes in the kitchen and stuff like that. But we've never done i.t.c. in the house before, and you know we're big proponents of i.t.c. and that's something we're definitely gonna try tonight to see if we can make contact with the spirits. Anyway, there's this one particular spirit of the female. We don't have her name. We know that she was in her early 20s, I believe, and she passed away here. Unfortunately, she took her own life, and we didn't know about this until, I guess, maybe 3-4 years into the time that we were here, and we finally started talking to the landlord, asking him if he's had any kind of problems or issues here before, because we weren't sure whether something was already here or we had brought something from one of our investigations. So we'll cover that tonight. Self-introductions. Mr. Poe, go ahead and start.
This is Mr. Poe.
And
This is Angelina.
and
I'm Rebecca.
and I'm Mud. Okay. So let's start off by getting a feel for the quiet. Hello. You know us already. I know this is a little odd. We'd really like to make communication with you. If you could, please come into the hallway. Go ahead.
I think you already know this is going to be our last night here. And in a big way, I'm going to miss you a lot.
We're really sorry for what happened to you. And we know that you're confused or still really sad. And we want to try to help you. Can you show us that you're here? Can you knock on something? Or just step into the hallway?
You're really good with moving things around. Can you throw that lighter on the floor or push it in the sink?
Or slam the bathroom door closed? Did you hear that? Was that outside?
I
I
scratched my
think she was,
leg.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I should have taken that. I also have a ball here. It's gonna set off the motion sensor.
Whoa, wait a minute. How in the fuck did the ball do that?
I don't
That
know.
was crazy. It went all the way down.
It
Hold
went
on.
around.
Did it go around?
Yeah,
I'm
it went
gonna
all the
turn
way
the
around.
light on real quick.
It went around.
It went around.
Not unless she hit the wall.
She didn't hit the wall.
No,
I don't
it
think
didn't
she
hit
did.
the wall.
It churned.
It should have gone straight.
That was weird. Okay, let's not get carried
What
away.
I
That was
thought-
strange.
What I thought that was weird is it didn't even set off the motion sensor.
That's bizarre too.
Because that thing's really
How about-
sensitive.
Please come and talk with us. I could have sworn I just heard Rebecca.
Are you here with us?
I heard I am.
Yeah.
Can you say hello?
Radio. Can you please come and talk to us, please, through the radio? Melissa?
We need your name very clearly through the radio.
We're trying to make communication with the girl that's here.
Just to verify that. Yes, your name, honey. What's your name? The female.
I heard Melissa again. Can you say Melissa one more time, please?
Melissa.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about my experiences investigating Jill and Rebecca's old apartment. When we had finished our first EVP session, at the very tail end of that, Rebecca was trying to get the ghost or the spirit that was there to communicate with us, and she was encouraging the spirit to possibly play with this little toy ball that she had brought. So she kind of lightly tosses it into the direction of the hallway, and to our amazement at the time, it kind of made a bank to the right and just kind of slowly churned and went down the opposite side of the hallway, which at that moment in time we were kind of like, did we just see what we thought we saw? You know, it was a very unnatural course for this ball to take. So after that, you know, we did try to recreate it. You know, Rebecca herself tossed that ball in the same direction at least a dozen times. We were never able to get it to take that same course again. It never churned whatsoever. It just kept bouncing off the wall. I myself tried to do it as well, as did Joe, I believe, and we were never able to get it even remotely to take the same course that it did the first time. In the evening, we went into the master bedroom, and Joe and Rebecca had explained to us that they very often had heard footsteps, and they are on the second level of the apartment, but they're the only ones on the top level. So there's no other people that would be coming up those steps for any reason. So as we're sitting there, we heard very clear and distinct steps coming up the stairs. And for a moment, we thought it might have been another investigator coming to join. And nobody ever knocked on the door. Nobody ever rapped on the door or anything like that. Nobody came in. So then it did happen at least 2 other times after that. And then later on in the evening, again, I heard their screen door open. So I ran to their kitchen window to look out, and as I ran to the kitchen window, I saw that their screen door was on its way over as if it was opening, and then it kind of just closed itself again. Now, what's interesting about that is this is not like a light door. This is a security door, and you know, I don't personally think that wind could have caused it to take that course with that much vigor. The wind was not that heavy that night. But it was definitely an interesting experience all in all. I really enjoyed being there, and I'm enjoying, you know, trying to determine what we can grasp from this. And we did some i.t.c sessions, and the name Melissa came up continuously, at least a dozen times throughout the i.t.c sessions throughout.
Yeah. Okay, so if you remember correctly, we had a conversation, it was probably maybe 2 months ago?
Yeah.
And we were talking about the girl that we felt was there, that we found out had committed suicide, and me and Becky thought she was a ghost there. And at one point, we were trying to track down a name or any information, and you told me at one point that you kept getting 2 names, but they both started with the same letter. Can you tell me the letter they started with?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you remember either of the names that you thought that it was possibly the name of the girl that was there?
Gosh, Joe. We should have wrote it down because I don't remember exactly what I said. It wasn't like Mary.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think it was like... I need to think about it a little bit. Why, did you find a name?
We came across a name, and I believe it's one of the names that you mentioned, but I don't want to say the name and it not be the right one.
I might have it written down in one of my books.
Yeah, but it would be really cool if Kathleen herself remembered it on the phone.
Let's see if